morning. It's Tax Tuesday. I know it's 10 o'clock, but hey, it's just another hour. I'm so glad to be coming to you today. Remember I told you last week? We have some special guests, and so I'm very excited. So share this with everybody. Let everybody know. Tax Tuesday. The guru, the West Coast guru is on, and I'm so excited. Guess what, y'all? I'm in the Black Small Business Association office. Isn't that a beautiful background? Yes, it is. They have been blessed with a great place, and they are going to be my guests. And we also have this Heather Luzzi from the Small Business Association. So first, before we get started, I wanted to give you some information, the hot topic points that are going on, because you know me, I try to share all the information with the community, and I am so excited today. Tell your friends what's up. Get your coffee. Let's go. So what's the hot topic? The hot topic is the stimulus check. Okay, so I've been getting calls and calls and calls about the stimulus check. And I tell you what, I don't work at IRS, but there is no reason for how they do stuff. They told us you do 2020 and we'll catch everybody. But they got it out before some people even had done their 2020. And what are they doing? They are sitting there doing it off of 2019. And you're like, wait a minute. I updated my information with 2020 IRS. That's what you told me. And so, but hey, they're doing it. And that's all I can tell you is that they're sitting around out another round of stimulus checks. So there's been stimulus checks sent to people. There's another round coming out on Wednesday, and that's supposed to include those on Social Security and the veterans. So your mama and your papa and whoever and you, Social Security, you should be getting your stimulus checks, 1,400 big ones. So I know my mom could use it, so I know you could use it. So that's exciting. But one of the questions is, what do I do if I don't get the money? IRS is saying that they're sending everything out by March 24th for direct deposit. And after that, they're sending out checks and they're sending out cards. I'm hoping that when you do your 2020, or if you've done it, that they'll also increase that, and they'll catch up if you have a new baby, a new dependent that wasn't claimed. Hopefully their records will get straightened out and they'll automatically send you a check. We're waiting for IRS to tell us. They do have a tool on irs.gov, and that tool is Get My Payment. And Get My Payment is supposed to be you can go in and see when you're going to get your information. Okay, so now you're going to sit there and go in all day because it doesn't give you your information. Well, they only update it once a day. So if whatever it says the first time, then you have to wait to the next time on what's going to happen about your payment. And you calling me, and what they do, they call me, well, I filed my taxes and it don't show nothing on there. I know people file their taxes and it still don't show nothing on there, but they got their refund. So God bless you. I'm glad we're getting the stimulus money. I hope all of you are being blessed with it and that the money is not being used incorrectly. Now, who am I to decide? I can't judge you what's correctly, what's not, but I hope it blesses you. So the next topic is we're going to be talking about the unemployment. Woo! Now, it's a great thing in the American Rescue Plan, the unemployment, that Biden and the group decided that the first 10,200 was not taxable. And everybody's like, I filed my taxes. What am I supposed to do? I included all of that. Well, some good news that I wasn't expecting, but I'm real excited, is that IRS said that they are going to send you another check. So if you did your 10,200 and it was taxable, IRS said, and you got your refund check, they're going to cut you another check. Don't amend your taxes. Just let IRS, this is the first time IRS usually make us do all the work, but IRS said that it's too confusing, it's too crazy. They don't want to do a whole bunch of amendment taxes. So what they're asking you to do is to just wait. They are going to send you a second check that changed. I saw a person had unemployment and it was $1,000 difference. So there is a difference. Now, for those of you that have not filed taxes, IRS is saying, hold on, they are updating the equipment like TurboTax, TaxWise, TaxActive, all of those. They're updating our software. So I've been holding mine, people, because of the fact that I don't want them to get caught in waiting for a second check. And IRS is saying that they'll have our software updated by Monday. So be patient. is very important because it really makes a big difference in your taxable income and what type of refund you're going to get. So hold on, y'all. And then the second thing about the unemployment is that the $300 that was approved for the pandemic unemployment assistance. The pandemic. Oh, good question, Bonita. So the pandemic unemployment assistance, that is the $300 continued. Nobody's California did not stop and wait on the money. Everything kept flowing through. So I have a question from my good friend Bonita. What's up, girl? She says, what if you owe federal taxes? Well, if you owe federal taxes, you got a problem. Because the way if you filed your taxes and you owe, now the stimulus checks, the $1,400 is supposed to come directly to you whether you owe or not. If you file through your taxes, then your unemployment, then that's going to just change your tax and they'll just apply that to it. So if you have, if you did your taxes and then changed it and you owe, IRS will still change that. And if you paid, they will send you a refund back. If you paid everything, they'll send you a refund back. So that was a great question. Hello. And so thank you for all of that, my audience. So our third thing is, let's see what's on there. Renter's assistance. So there is a California Renters Assistance Program where they will help you pay your renters rent back to April if you meet and qualify. So the Renter Assistance Program, the Friday it expires. So get your application in, whether you're a renter or a landlord. This is real help, y'all. This will help you if you have, because of the COVID and you were affected and you were not able to pay your rent or only paid a portion of your rent, that this will affect you and you will be able to get some funds from California. I don't know about nobody else, but from California, we have Renters Assistance Program. Well, and actually, I believe that's a federal program. So I'm quite sure if you would check your state regulations, that you'll find that you'll be able to qualify for that. And that was also the moratorium that was put for evictions, that people aren't being able to be evicted as well. So if we had to claim the stimulus rebate credit on our 2019 taxes, will we have to do it again on the 2020 taxes? Or did they fix the system and the $1,400 will come directly to me? So great question, Tamar. So the question, she's going back. So, I was talking about the renter's assistance. So I think I'm through with that. If you have any questions on the renter's assistance, you can go to S as in Sam, HRSHRA.org. And that's the housing authority, and find out about how to qualify for the renter's assistance. So Tamar says, for the 2020 taxes, we did not, if you don't get your your stimulus, when you file for your 2020 taxes next year, you will be able, thank you, you'll be able to recoup your stimulus, the $1,400. So that was an excellent question. The next one is IRS deadline. All right. So IRS, yeah, you was doing a lot, IRS. So all this came down. IRS is not ready. They're like, okay, we're going to help you people. So they extended the deadline to May 17th. I thought it was going to be July, but no, they said May 17th. But I'm happy about that because that gives all of you more of a chance to get yourself together. So May 17th is the new deadline for your IRS. Now, if you're a corporation, they're still saying April 15th. So if you're a corporation, you still got to get your stuff done. But individually, IRS is having mercy on you, and they've extended the deadline till May 17th. That's filing and paying. That's some good news. I'm telling you right now, I am very excited about that because a lot of you still, I'm waiting on you. There's a whole bunch of people that still need to get their taxes done, and they're waiting because they was waiting for the stimulus check or whatever, but the deadline is now the 17th. The last thing I want to talk to before I go to small business, where I have some wonderful guests, is the California $600 stimulus that the governor approved last month. What you gonna do? When you gonna get that? That's for 30. That's for making the eligibility is $30,000 or less. That's your income. $30,000. Now, actually, I do have one more thing after that. Anyway, you're $30,000, and that is supposed to come out or in June or July. So I'm sorry, I apologize for that. That's supposed to come out in April. So we'll see if I did see something like there was a delay and it might not make it. It was supposed to be March, it was April, it could be May, but it still is. And it's based on filing your California taxes. So you better make sure that your dependents are in and you file your California taxes. Now they do have some other CalWorks, they have some other avenues that they're trying to recoup and find out who, about them getting it. But really, the $600 is for anybody that makes $30,000 or less. Are they releasing any tax returns? I'm not sure what that means. So I need some clarification on that. So why is that taxable income? So when I see, no, it is not. So the stimulus money from California is non-taxable income. It's just more money in your pocket to help you stimulate the economy and get yourself together whatever way you need it, to use it for resources to keep your home going and to survive. The next topic that I'm going to talk about, is the last one, and that's the earned income credit. Before we go to small business, tell everybody this is a small business show, just giving you hot topics and hurry up and giving you an update. All right, the $3,600 to $3,000 earned income credit money that is supposed to be coming for dependents. Those are dependents from newborn to 17, not 16, 17. So from newborn to 5, the earned income credit that is supposed to be sent out is $360 a month per child. Whoa, that means that your child can be blessed with this money. I'm so excited because it's very, very important that no child is hungry and that they are able to grow in an environment where they don't have to deal with other issues. The $300 is, it's $300 for newborn to 5, and it's $250 for anyone that is between 6 and 17 years old. We're still waiting for the guideline on how they're going to issue it. They're talking about monthly because that way you mess up, you got another chance, but you got some money coming in that you can depend on, or they're talking about annually. But I heard if it's annually, it's not going to be given until next year. But it's supposed to be July through December that it would be a $300 or $250 depending on the age of your dependent. Now, don't call me about no grown dependent. They're not going to do it. Don't call me about your parent dependent. This is really great that they're doing it for the stimulus money for them, but they're not doing that. So that's all, and that's it. So I don't make no laws, and I don't want to hear the whining and crying because it's not going to make no difference. So now stay tuned. I'm very excited. I'd like to introduce you that this is the small business segment. If you have any questions in regards to anything, please send me an email. I do see something about that. We'll talk about it at the end. But if you have any questions in regards to any topic that I talk about, ask me. Now I'd like to give some time to the Black Small Business Associate. I would like to invite them, Black Small Business Association, and also I'd like to invite the Small Business Association to be my guest on the show. Now we have 3 beautiful ladies that I just love and adore. We have Selena Pryor, we have Lena Doyle, and Dr. Danae Starks. Now they are the founder and the runner. They are the bread and butter. They are the spine of Black Small Business Association. And let me tell you why I love these women so much, because they care about you. Because what they do is they look and bring and care about the community. And then we have another person that's fantastic, which I really, really so appreciate. I feel so special. I got the Black Small Business Association, and we have a representative, Heather Luzzi. She is the regional director for Small Business Association. Come on, y'all. They put me on the map. Having SBA and BSBA on my show. Come on and validate me and let them know who I am. So come on, y'all. I'm very excited. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to have like a presentation. So what I want to is I would like the Black Business Association to tell about yourself and maybe tell them they're going to tell you they're here to tell you about funds that are available. One of the things they're going to talk about is the California Relief Grant. They're going to tell you about funds and grants. Everybody keep calling me all the time. Pastor, where can I get some money? Apostle, you know where I can get some money? You know what grants is? Well, I'm bringing the real people there to tell you exactly what's available. Black Small Business Association representative, one of you ladies, all you ladies, would you please start and tell them about your organization and what kind of grants and funds are available right now?
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Danae Starks. I am the education director for BSBA. We have our president on, Ms. Selena Pryor. We have Ms. Lena Doyle, who's our operations director. I want to take, before we go into the California Relief Grant, do you ladies have anything?
No, good morning. That energy was on point.
For real.
I know Pastor K is giving me life right now.
Yes. I'm like, I need to co-host something with Pastor K. That'll be.
She's gonna do all the work. She's gonna do all the work. You just gotta sit there and just smile.
For real. She got us on 10. Tax Tuesdays is it, y'all. Be sure to tune in every week on Tax Tuesdays and get all this good information. What we want to share, though, is the California Relief Grant. For those of you who are in California, or if you have businesses that are domiciled in California, there is an opportunity, if you meet the eligibility guidelines, to still apply for upcoming rounds of the California Relief Grant. If you have a nonprofit, this is for specific codes. And if you go to the Black Small Business website, which is www.bsba-ca.org. It'll be up on the screen soon. But if you go to that website, you'll see the list of codes that are eligible for round 4 of this grant. This is a grant. It's not a loan. You don't pay it back. This is a grant. It is available in several increments, 5,000, 15,000, or 25,000, determined by eligibility guidelines. This grant is administered through Lindustry. They've gone through 3 rounds already. This round is specifically for nonprofits, and it opened on March 16th. It was supposed to be closed on the 23rd. However, they've extended it till the 26th. So if you check out our website, and if you fall into one of those codes as a nonprofit arts organization or cultural organization, then be sure to apply. Be sure to apply. Also, round 5 and round 6 are going to be starting up. So guess what? A lot of people are on the wait list from rounds 1 and 2 and 3. If you're on the wait list, guess what? You're still on the wait list. You haven't dropped off. Be sure to check your emails. You will receive updates from Lindustry, not from BSBA. You will receive them from Lindustry. Also, you may receive phone calls, and it may be from an unknown number. So be sure to answer those calls. Be sure to check your spam email. Just check everywhere, because you want to, stay up to date with what they're communicating to you. And especially if you're chosen. We've had a lot of people contact us, and they actually were recipients of the grant. It's just that they didn't check their email, so they didn't know. So they were calling us on 10, like something happened. But the thing was, is something did happen. Something good happened. You just didn't know about it, right?
That's all the way up.
Exactly. So let's do our due diligence. We want to do our part. We want to check our emails. That's the least we can do, is check our emails and look for something from Lindustry. Round 5 is opening up on Thursday, March 25th. And this will go through Wednesday, March 31st. That is when it will close. If you are currently on the wait list, do not reapply in any of these other rounds. You'll be on the wait list. And like I said, check your email and stay up to date with everything going on. And make sure you're just checking your email to see if you are a recipient. You can log into your portal if that's what you want to do, just to verify all your things are there, just for peace of mind. But all the communication will come via email. So do not reapply in any other rounds. Check your emails, answer those phone calls that may look like spam. It may not be spam. It may be it may not even be a debt collector, okay? Because I know a lot of times we don't answer because we think somebody trying to get some money for it. It might be somebody giving you some money, legitimate money. And let me say this is not a scam. This is not a scam. This is not fake. It's not phony. There are some rumors going out there, and we want to shut those rumors down every time and every chance that we get. And so these opportunities are available. They are real opportunities. If you are eligible, we encourage you to apply. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us. You can actually set up a consultation. We are doing free consultations. We do not charge for them. Those of you who feel more comfortable being on the phone or on Zoom, that's an option. For those of you who feel more comfortable maybe sitting down in person one-on-one, of course, complying with COVID-19 CDC guidelines, we'll do that as well. But go online, go to our website or go to our Calendly link, and you will be able to set up a free consultation, and we'll walk you through several things. Or even if you just need help walking through the application process, we'll walk you through that as well. We do know about a few other programs, but I believe that Heather's going to be talking about those. So thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Pastor K, for having us on today. This is just a blessing. And we have just, like she said, I mean, we done gone to lunch. We in now. We are like sisters now, right? We're just so grateful to know you. We are just so grateful to know you. People support Speedy Tax Services. I can say that she operates with integrity. Like she said, she don't have no list of kids and things for folks that's trying to get over. We don't, we don't do business like that. So support. And I see that there's a question about scheduling a consultation. There is a link that has been posted. If you go to the Calendly link, and it's on the screen now, you can click that link and select your date and time to schedule those consultations with us. Again, thank you all. Selena and Lena, if you guys don't have anything. Thank you, Pastor K.
Thank you.
You did a job, Janae.
Thank you. See, you guys, I'm hooked up with a good group, right? This is so exciting. This is a great group. That was great information. So, I didn't even know round 5 and 6 is coming up. And this is information. This is grants. These are monies. So thank you. I thought that was an excellent presentation. I'd like to encourage you to actually join that group. Go to their website and join that group. They got for free membership, but I'm going to up my membership. So I just encourage you all. They need support and money as they continue to try to represent this community and bring great information. So I'm so blessed that Heather Luzzi, I'd like to bring SBA. Y'all come on, give it up for Heather Luzzi, who is going to be, she's a representative for Small Business Association. And I feel very honored. So Heather, I'd like you to tell our community, the small business, about what's going on, what grants, what things that they can look at, what's happening, and just give them your talking points and give them the update.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Pastor K. I really appreciate being here. And you guys are awesome. You're so full of energy. I love it. Love it. I have to, tone down the coffee a little bit when I do this, but these Tax Tuesdays are a lot of fun. In any case, the U.S. Small Business Administration is, of course, still dealing with the Paycheck Protection Program loans, as well as the economic injury disaster loans. The economic injury disaster loans are actually scheduled to run through the end of this year. So the applications are still open and available until December 31st. So I would encourage your listeners to apply for those if they haven't already. There is a discussion on perhaps increasing those loan amounts. A lot of since kind of the inception of the EIDL program, most of the small businesses were capped at $150,000. So there's talk about increasing those. As soon as we get more information, I'll come back on and share that with you. So stay tuned for that. With respect to the Paycheck Protection Program, that is scheduled to expire at the end of this month on March 31st. Keeping in mind that tomorrow there is a Small Business Committee hearing in which our Office of Disaster Assistance and our Office of Capital Access are testifying at. We are very hopeful with a lot of the talk that's gone on in Washington that perhaps that deadline will be extended. I don't have the details of that yet, but just again, stay tuned. Things are moving at a fast and furious pace, as you can imagine. The shuttered venue operators grants for those venues that have fixed seating, those grants are scheduled to open on April 8th. And there's information on our website about those shuttered venue operators grants. And again, those are grants. Additionally, the EIDL grant is opened to the previous applicants. We, as SBA, will be sending out invitations for those previous recipients to reapply and get up to the $10,000 that unfortunately they should have gotten initially. So if those small businesses only got, 1 or 5 or 7,000, we then will go back and give them up to the 10,000, provided that they reside in a low income community, that they have less than 300 employees, and that there is a 30% reduction in the revenue year over year. So last year was horrible for everybody. So we would look at, say, 19 to 20, or even in some cases, 20 to current. So we're going to gauge those accordingly. Happy to answer any questions on those. The other thing that I would just like to mention that with the initial implementation of the CARES Act, all SBA loan programs are offered with no fees and no lender fees, no borrower fees. And anybody that still obtains SBA loans, either through our 7A or 504 program or even our microloan program, there's still a payment being made on the borrower's behalf by SBA. So that being said, it's a great time if you are in a position to expand your business or to open a business. Absolutely. Wonderful time to do so. And I'm happy to answer questions.
Okay, so that's a really good point, because I do have people that are looking for seed money to start a business. So that would be at SBA. Those are the 7A grants, loans.
So there's 7A loans. Those do require an injection. So we don't offer the seed funding for that, but there's many more options available. Okay. Friends, family, all of that. Get to that 10% injection requirement for that 7A program, or look at a microloan. Microloans are offered through Opening Doors here in our area. They're located down on Howe Avenue. And we've got a couple of other microloan lenders throughout the state. Nobody on the local level other than Opening Doors. Okay,
we do have a question from one of our audiences. She received the PPP funds in the first round based on line 31.
Sure.
And, they changed the rule to line 7. She wants to know if there's a way to go back and now have that loan redone.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're getting a lot of those inquiries, Pastor Kay, and the SBA cannot do anything about that. The way that the law was written is it was not retroactive.
Yeah.
That being said, a lot of our congressional leaders have heard feedback from these small businesses that unfortunately were disadvantaged with the update. So perhaps that's something that will change in the future. Again, we can't speak to that. I would just suggest that you reach out to your congressional representative.
Okay. That's really good, because they've made a difference. If they stream a lot, things have changed a lot from our congressional people that are speaking for us. So I think that's very important. I like that as a way of trying to change law, affect change. We do have a question. How do we reapply for the additional 10,000? So again, that's for the EIDL grant, target grant.
Right. So that's the targeted EIDL grant. And if you're eligible, you will be contacted by SBA. I know Dr. Danae had said earlier, like with the California state grants, if you're approved, check your junk mail, listen to your phone, pick up all those unknown calls. Same thing with our targeted EIDL advance, is that those folks will be contacted typically by email. So check all of your folders, check your spam, anything that says sba.gov, open. That would be your invitation to come back and obtain the rest of those funds.
So I learned something earlier, and I think that's very important that we just tell our audience, and that was how, if you have child support or outstanding child support, how that impacts the PPP loan if you're granted that?
Absolutely. So with any federal lending program, the obligation of delinquent taxes or delinquent child support is going to be automatically taken out. In most cases, that applicant is not going to be eligible for those loans. Now, take, for example, if you're delinquent on taxes, but you've got a tax payment plan and you're making payments on those, that's fine. Absolutely fine. You're compliant because you're making those payments. If you're delinquent on taxes and you are not making those payments and there's a garnishment in place, unfortunately, that money is going to be taken out of your account. It's just the way that it works. Keep in mind, pay attention very closely to the questions that are on the applications and the loan documents that you sign, because that's where all of that information is going to reside.
Okay. Do you have any information on the restaurant revitalization?
Yes. Yes. Again, the restaurant revitalization grant is forthcoming. Again, like the shuttered venue operators grant, it's going to operate similarly to that. We are building the infrastructure for that currently. We do not have a launch date yet. However, that particular grant will support restaurants in particular, because those are or have been the hardest hit. The hospitality industry has just suffered the most losses in this pandemic. So that is forthcoming. Stay tuned. As you can tell, things are changing all the time, Pastor K.
Yeah, I have one more question, and then I have a California Relief Grant question. Sure. The next question is, it's coming up time where last year people got the EIDL loans, and now it's time for people to start paying. And I heard that date has been pushed out another year or so, or whatever.
Exactly. So I'm excited to report anybody that obtained an economic injury disaster loan in 2020, rather than having a 12-month deferral, they have a 24-month deferral. So no payments for 24 months. The interest will still accrue, but no payments are required. You can still make payments if you want, no requirement. If the loan, the economic injury disaster loan, was obtained in 2021, it's coming with an 18-month deferral on those transactions.
Okay, so 2020 is 24 months and 21 is 18 months.
Correct, exactly. Okay.
All right, I have a question. It says, I'm getting my funds transferred to my personal account because I'm an independent contractor. It's the only account I have. I contacted my bank to tell them I'll be getting a deposit of $6,000. I bank with Chase. So what's the question? What's the question? I didn't see the question in there.
So, Kay, if I may, I think what happens here a lot of times is that the applicants don't understand that from the bank's regulations. Banks have to know their customers. So there's this thing called the Banks Securities Act, and that just means that they have to know if you've got a personal account and you don't have a history of those large deposits, it's going to trigger a flag. Those flags then are held. Those funds are held until they can vet that account. And they're mandated by law to do so. So keep in mind that some of these lending institutions are, in some cases, returning the funds to SBA or to the lender that initially wired those funds because they can't vet their applicant. In those cases where you've got a personal account and you're receiving business funds, that's where it gets a little tricky. Our suggestion, open a business account. Open a separate account. Do a DBA. Do, Heather Luzzi, DBA, Heather's Florist, or something along those lines, so that the bank can still act in their regulatory compliance manner, and still you are able to obtain those funds. The other thing with that is it's so much easier for tax purposes if you have a separate account for your business.
Okay. Yes.
Say it again.
I'll keep
Say it again.
Come on, small businesses, get it together. Help me.
Exactly.
Small businesses, get a business. Come on, yes. Oh my gosh. That's what, okay. So you guys heard it from somebody else. You need to have a separate small business account.
Right.
That would be so important, and it would definitely help for tax purposes. So there is a question, and that is, we have a person that got the first round of PPP last week.
Okay.
Wrote him a check, and money's gone without going through the forgiveness process first. Can he go ahead and apply for the second round?
So that's kind of a tricky question, because typically the covered period on these loans is between 8 to 24 weeks. A borrower can choose any time in between that for that covered period. Because he just got it last week or the week before, we haven't met that 8-week requirement yet. So
he's got to wait.
Yeah, keep in mind, that particular individual is going to have to wait. But if the congressional leaders come to an agreement and extend the Paycheck Protection Program, he can then apply later on when we've met that requirement.
Okay, we know they're going to extend it. Yes.
Yes.
I don't know early about how long the bank can hold the funds, because that's probably up to each individual bank as their policy on how they can hold up the funds. Do you guys, ladies, you guys want to answer any of these questions? I want to involve the BSBA. So it says, if I'm going through a name change with my LLC, do I have to wait until the change is complete to apply for a loan?
Dr. Danae?
They always pick on me.
Come on, Dr. Danae.
Doctor.
If you're going through a name, from what we've been told, if you're going through a name change for your LLC, then you may want to wait. If you're just converting to an LLC and you're the same exact everything, then you're eligible to just keep moving forward with the application process and just note somewhere that it is currently a sole proprietorship or something like that, and it's being converted. It's in the process of converting. But if you're actually changing things, and so when the LLC is filed, it's going to be under a completely different name and all that stuff, it will look like it's unassociated. So that's going to create some issues. And I'm speaking from the perspective of the California Relief Grant application side. For the SBA, Heather, maybe you have some insight on that one.
Yeah, so it's a great question, and we do get it often. Keep in mind that there's specific requirements with both the economic injury disaster loan as well as the Paycheck Protection Program. Those requirements are that the business have an open date on the PPP of at least February 15th of 2020. On the economic injury disaster loan, it's January 31st of 2020. If you now are changing or dissolving your corporation and going to an LLC or becoming a sole prop, that's going to have an adverse effect on the business start date. And there'll have to be additional documentation that has to be provided from the applicant to prove the history.
Wow.
Again, keep in mind that if you're going from a sole prop to an LLC or a corporation, it's much, much easier than the reverse.
All right.
So hopefully that helps.
Okay. The next question. Some people aren't having issues, but my name is my business name. Funds are already being transferred. I don't think I can change it now.
So again, talk to your bank, let them know that these funds are forthcoming. They will then ask you for, your business license, whatever else they can do to comply with federal regulations of accepting those funds on your behalf of the business. Again, if you're a sole proprietor and using your name, talk to your lending institution and add a DBA, doing business as, Heather Luzzi gardening, janitorial service, whatever. As long as it has your name in it, you can just do a DBA. You don't have to file a fictitious business name filing. Otherwise, there's big challenges. And again, it's not the bank's fault. It's just the way that the regulations work.
All right. And early, you just go to the bank and tell them what you want to do. That's how you start a business account. Take that information and go to the bank. We have another question. I don't even allow co-mingling funds. That's great. I love that.
Good.
I did want to ask the Small Business Association, what is the qualifications for the California Relief Grant?
So the qualifications vary. Let me actually pull up, because like right now for round 4, you have to be a nonprofit. And so anybody that does not fall into the
regular.
Yes, so round 5 and round 6 will be back regular. But as long as you have made $1,000, they will require 2019 taxes. But as long as you've made at least $1,000 in 2019, you are eligible to apply. You have to be, they'll ask you a series of questions. It's kind of like an application process, but they'll ask you a series of questions. That minimum revenue amount, though, is $1,000 to be eligible to apply. And then,
and you have to be in business as of June 2019.
Yes.
So it goes further back than the EIDL and the PPP. So this one actually goes all the way back to June 2019.
2019.
Yes.
And they will not take any other year's taxes. So it has to be 2019 taxes.
Okay.
And they say that that's a federal regulation. So for anybody who has submitted 2018 as proof or 2020, they're going to need 2019. So you'll probably be getting an email or some sort of contact from Lindustry. Again, this will not come from BSBA. This will come from Lindustry. So we just want to make that clear, because we get tons of calls and emails and questions.
We don't have
yeah.
We don't write
We don't
checks.
get your money.
We don't know nothing about your check.
None of that.
We don't know when it's going to be deposited. We can ask them, but your check is not here in this office.
That's right.
People, BSBA is a bridge. They
Yes.
are a help to assist you in getting it, but they don't actually release checks. They don't have the checks, anything like that. Before, we only have a few more minutes, but I wanted to ask a question. Let's see, about 4 BSBA. I think I got most of it. Is there any more questions? If here's one. If I receive the PPP in February, if I choose not to go through the forgiveness, can I apply for a second round of PPP?
So again, another great question. Regardless of the forgiveness aspect or not, we have to wait that 8-week period at a minimum, because the covered period on these loans, keep in mind that these funds are supposed to be to cover payroll looking forward, not reimbursing payroll in the past. So that's where that 8 to 24 week time frame comes into play. So we have to wait those minimums. And again, we're extremely hopeful that our congressional leaders will come to an agreement on extending this program. Every indication is that they are getting positive feedback on the extension, but at this point in time, it does expire on March 31st. Hopefully that'll change before the week's end.
All right. Those are really, really good questions. There is a question. The person, they deleted their spam folder. So now they want to know if there's any way they can call PPP to give me the number. If so, what's the number?
So a PPP wouldn't have been communicated through the email. That would have been directly with a lender. The Economic Injury Disaster Loan EIDL Targeted Advance Program would have been by SBA. And if we don't hear back, we're going to make another attempt. So again, it's kind of being done in stages. Keep in mind, you guys, we got over 18 million applications on those targeted EIDL advances. So our agency only has about 9,000 people now. And when this all started last year, just a year ago, we only had less than 2,000 people. So we're still trying to get everything in order. It's taking us a little longer than, of course, we would like. If you want to call my office, I'm happy to help. If you've got a pen, pencil, my telephone number is 916-735-1700. And my staff and I can assist you in looking up anything that you need to. But with the targeted EIDL advance, keep in mind that we're still reaching out in stages on those.
All right, we're going to take one more question. it says, what about the first PPP? Can I use 2020 tax info?
Yeah, if you're getting the first round PPP, sure, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's good information to know. I thank everybody. If they have any more questions, BSBA, how would they reach you?
You can reach us at the Black Small Business Association. We have our email right here on the screen, info@bsba-ca.org. Our website is www.bsba-ca.org. Telephone number is 916-573-0677. And you can go to our website and subscribe to our newsletter and to stay up to date with everything that we get up to date on. So as soon as we get the information, we do put the word out there to let the small business community know what's available. So stay in touch with us. If you would like to get on our subscription text list to receive text messages when we have events or other information, you can text BSBA to 916-299-7829, Lena?
7829. 916-299-7829. Text BSBA.
Yep, got it.
Well, I'd like to thank all of you. I'm so honored. This has been really a great information that has gone out to the community. I feel so thankful that I was able to be honored by BSBA and by Small Business Association Heather Luzzi, Selena, Lena, and Dr. Danae. You guys are just nothing but special. Heather, you're awesome to keep continuing to help us with the community. If you need information, if you need your taxes done, you can contact me. My contact information is right there on the screen. Also, if you want to make an appointment, you can go to my website. My website is www.speedytaxesusa.com. So you can go to my website and make an appointment. Thank you. I'm so excited that I'm able to do that. Guess what? I'll be back next Tuesday, Tax Tuesday, y'all. I'll be back next Tuesday at 9 o'clock, back at my regular time. There, you can make an appointment. Call us. We are willing and able to do appointments. We're taking new clients. We love all of you. I hope that this was great information for me. It was awesome. The community, you can inbox me if you have any more information. But I love you. Thank you for tuning in to Tax Tuesday, and I'll see you next Tuesday. You have a great week, a fantastic week. You be safe, and I'll see you next Tuesday at 9 o'clock. Thank you very much. God bless you.